Hi all and welcome to the TinaCloud Sprint Retro 66 and the Sprint Forecast 67. First, we'll be going through the Sprint Review Retro. So, our sprint goal for the review, or for this current sprint, was to do the editorial workflow and manually create a PR on a branch in the event that the editorial workflow happens to fail on the PR creation. So we got that done on
Nice.
the 10th. Sorry, Adam.
I just said nice.
Cool. On TinaCloud, we had 92 hours billed to myself, Nick, Matt, and Brooke. On TinaCMS, we had 14 hours billed to Jack and Matt.
But a few of those guys are now going on to client work, right? So they won't be on Tina.
Yep, that is correct.
Okay.
So for our sprint backlog, two things to note was the improved terminal output UX for TinaCMS, which I'll have Matt speak about.
Yeah, so we've got a little video here. Essentially, we just wanted to improve the experience, put some branding. So we've got some ASCII art being displayed.
That's awesome.
And as you go through the different steps, you get ticks and little info icons. You can see that it says installing packages, but there's no noise from like an npm install that's being hidden away. There is a verbose flag that you can add in if you do want to see the noise. And then you've got some commands that you can run afterwards. The rest of it's kind of there before, but it's been spruced up. So the links are now clickable in terminals and will open your browser, and the content's just been cleaned up a bit. But I guess the ASCII art and the color is kind of the big reveal.
Oh, that was awesome. I didn't know that was coming. Did anyone else have a good impression like me?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Okay.
It's almost like there's a new product coming. We want the CLI to look good.
Yeah, that's right.
Next thing I'm going to talk about is the editorial workflow ability to manually create a PR. So I just have gone through and created a branch which failed the PR process. So once we get this branch list up,
we do have an issue to improve the performance of this screen as well, because this is quite slow.
Yeah, it's quite slow.
It would be good if you had a couple little messages because it's quite slow. Like, your llamas are being born or something.
Yeah. Something like that. So failed PR branch here, so this failed the PR process, and you can see here that I can manually create the PR myself, so that the event is
just pause before you do that. Could you just scroll to the top of the screen? Okay. And can you click on the select on the first one? Like, I see the first one doesn't have anything, so that's main. And click on this select on the second.
This one?
Why is it? Yeah. Why is it out of alignment with the other
Yeah, we had Michaela looked through it and came up with a bunch of issues around the screen already.
Okay. All right.
Things
So
like
you
that.
noticed that.
Like
the first one
the
was out of alignment.
Yeah, it doesn't get aligned properly because it's protected. There's it's a table, but then you've got the duplication on last updated. So there's a few things there that we want to.
Yes, I instantly saw that last updated repeated. Can you click on the three dots on the third row? Yeah. Okay. I just have a problem with the.
Yeah.
I don't know. Viewing GitHub, I expect to see the black cat from GitHub. Yep.
Oh, like I would have made the branch name should be clickable to do some of these actions. So
right. Okay. All right.
There's a bit that this whole screen needs a cleanup.
Okay. All right. No problems.
Cool. So I'll go ahead and click the create pull request. So we get a little feedback here that it's going ahead and creating that PR. And once it finishes that process, you should get a wee notification saying that it has created that PR successfully. And you can then click on it and see the PR created. All right. Sprint burn down, we have 10 effort remaining and 16 completed. Our code coverage is not yet logged. And production deployments, we had 1 deployment for TinaCloud and 1 release for TinaCMS. Our application health overview timeline, we have seen an increase in HTTP 500s for the identity API. Went from 5 to 6, so not much of an increase, but on the content API, we have seen a decrease in HTTP 500s from 46 to 31. For our organizations or accounts created, decreased from 202 to 183. Trend of organizations created over the last 30 days remains quite constant. Sign up to commit conversions, overall conversions decreased from 15.8% to 14.2%. Unique cloners of the TinaCMS Tina Barebones Starter GitHub repository over the last 2 weeks increased from 66 to 76. And unique cloners of the TinaCloud Starter repository over the last 2 weeks decreased from 113 to 107. Unique cloners of the Tina self-hosted demo GitHub repository over the last 2 weeks remained constant at 37. Downloads of the TinaCMS packages increased from 15,339 to 16,871. For our epics, our editorial workflow improved status reporting of control of PR generation increased from 75% to 100%.
Eli, how do you check which ones you've made progress on this? Is this a very manual process?
Look, it is manual, but it is quite easy because it's just we go to GitHub and we've got a grid that kind of matches up to this one, so it's just comparing both of them.
So, and how can I see which one had movement on?
Well, it will be just the figure at the bottom.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
maybe I could bold one of them as well to make that easier to see.
Yeah, I think if you bold the one that had some movement.
Yeah. So right now.
So when you say, okay, so that's done. So you won't be touching editorial workflow anymore.
Nope.
No, we specifically had issues around the fact that the orchestration of creating branches and creating PRs was done client side. We've moved that to server side, so that was an epic just to do that.
Yeah. So it was mostly around the UX.
Shouldn't that be editorial workflow from client to server?
Potato. Like
I prefer potato, but that's okay. But as we get more things that we want to do in editorial workflow, being a flagship feature, shouldn't they just keep being thrown into the epic of editorial workflow?
Well, I'd like the epics to get done at some point.
Right, I see.
So I'm trying to move away from open-ended epics, like improve UI UX. It doesn't.
Yes.
Where's the goalpost?
Okay. Is every issue that we're putting in the Tina backlog going into one epic or some orphans?
Most are orphans, to be honest. They don't align with bigger picture, a bit like bug fixes and stuff. Don't necessarily align with big picture features unless they're around, like we're in the middle of developing it.
Right. With the Yak Shaver team, as far as I know, I think almost everything goes into an epic. So they don't have orphans. I'm not, you could have a chat to them, just see. Obviously, there's pros and cons of both because you do want to finish these things off. But it'd be good if both of you were aligned on the same way of dealing with this. Yeah. If you could talk to Tom and Rick, that'd be great.
I'll speak to Callum.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah.
Moving on. R&D, the editorial workflow handled PR generation server side, and the GraphQL at scale correctness tests. Our AI tools, Nick was using Claude Code, and myself was using Cursor ChatGPT v0, and Matt was using Copilot, Yakshaver, and ChatGPT. Sprint retrospective, what went well? Yeah, myself completed the editorial workflow epic. Yeah, so that was good. Matt?
Yeah, so I was really happy with like the branding on the CLI output, even though I did it.
I
Ring
think
that
you
bell
should put
myself.
2 stars on that one. That one looks awesome. Obviously the editorial workflow is more substantial because it helps users more, but just bling factor is awesome. Can you put a couple of stars on that, Eli? Yeah, the emoji star.
And I was happy that Eli started to look at the media manager improvements, even though he didn't get particularly far with it. Work is starting on it, which is
Right.
It's been a while since we touched it. So
okay. Yep.
And what didn't go so well? Matt?
yeah, Eli's on his own most of the time, which is not great.
Yeah, it's not good having the team on client work.
Yes.
For myself,
Good
that is. For myself.
Are you still getting like if you are totally blocked, how are you getting help, Eli?
Yeah, Matt's always around if I need some help.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. Improvements, Matt?
Yeah, so Eli started to get more involved with the support process. So just want to continue that trend, because if there's something with Tina Cloud, he's going to be the contact point for sure.
Okay. What is Michaela doing now that Brooke and Jack are on client work?
Not as much. There's not a lot that she can do on support, because most of the questions, even I have to get like Jack to double check it and things like that. So
all right, would it make sense to transfer from Michaela to somebody else that's more technical, like Josh or Eddie or someone?
I don't know if it's about being technical per se. I think it's just being familiar with Tina.
product knowledge.
Yeah, that's the issue there.
Right. Could we like? Yeah, I get the impression. I think she said, didn't she give some stat that 90-something% or 19 out of 20 that she can't do?
Yeah.
So let's get somebody more technical on it. Can we try that as an improvement?
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to do.
Are you already
Really,
starting to do this?
So that's
people
why I
who
want
should be
Eli. Yeah,
the people who should be checking the Discord are people who are actually working on the product, which in this instance is only Eli. So theoretically, Eli should be the only one checking the Discord.
Right. I want Eli to only be checking that for escalation issues, not for startup issues and things like that. So that's why I want somebody else doing it first pass and then saying, hey, Eli, there's one here about like some hairy problem in editorial workflow, but not a startup issue. I basically want to I don't want anyone to do any work other than point them to existing documentation, unless the documentation is, they're saying the documentation is wrong, then fix it. Yeah. So Josh, are you happy to give that a go?
Yeah, I can definitely try.
Okay. All right. So talk to Michaela and Matt and see if we should hand that over, or maybe she just needs more help. Who knows?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Yep. Look, I think it hasn't worked, and maybe I made a mistake. But I think there's no problem in giving it a go.
Cool.
Okay.
Moving on to the forecast.
Yeah.
So our sprint goal is just, I need to understand the media management process a bit more before I can start work on it. Yeah. Our backlog, we have the media manager, ensure update, ensure delete works, and we have change background color, which is assigned to Matt, and yeah, we just got the standard check the Discord chat.
Yeah, so those
Okay.
ensure, update, and delete, there are situations where we know it's fallen over, and understanding the code flow and we're definitely going to find some bugs when we go through that for sure.
Okay. The one that I am keen on fixing is when you add the same image twice. That bug. Who reported that one?
Oh, I don't remember, but that's under the update as well, because you
Yeah,
can't
that's
actually update.
yeah. Can I just make sure you find that one, Eli, where somebody added the same image twice or something?
Yep.
It was very good done video. It's a yak shape from somebody.
Oh, I'll find it.
Yeah, okay. That'd be great. And before sending this, check it as per the template standard at the very bottom. See the very bottom, that template
Yep.
there? I think there is a section that says put the Copilot image in there.
Yep.
Okay, I'll send that to you.
Yep.
Okay.
So this sprint review retro and forecast will be uploaded to the TinaCMS playlist, and I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks all.
All right, thanks, Eli. Cheers.